Alrighty, we got a 2004 Nissan Maxima. We're going to be changing out the alternator. This one right here is a little bit more than just changing out the alternator. What we got to do is we got to remove the fan and also the radiator to get to the alternator. The alternator is down up in here. We're going to have to take off the tire and get up under there, but we got to move all this out the way. I'm going to start by first taking off the battery cable. I had to take this off here. Had to take off this. It sits here. And then we're gonna put this to the side. And first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take off these hoses. The customer just came back from driving a vehicle, so the car's kind of hot. Let me see. I'm gonna have to probably let it cool down. We'll be right back. Alright, we're gonna take this off here. Right here, screwdriver. Get this clamp off. Move this back. Make sure you have a drain pan down there. We're gonna catch some fluid. I have to release this one here because the customer is driving and the car is kind of hot. So I don't want to take the pepcock off down there because it can break. So I'm gonna have to drain it through the hose. The car is pretty hot. Lean that up here, get this out of our way. Let's stay kind of hot. One moment. Take this negative battery cable off with a 10mm socket. Alrighty. We're gonna take this overflow hose off. Goes to the reservoir. Get a little churn in there so it'll come out smoothly. Put that to the side. Take off a couple of these connectors here. Here's one right here. That's connected. What we're going to do is push that button down and pull it. Push that button down, pull it out. That's this button right here. You push this down, you pull it out. Same thing on this side here. Push that button down, pull it out. Get that out of our way because we got to take this radiator out of here. Got to take this fan out first. 10mm bolts, 2 of them here. There's one here. Another 10mm bolt here. I'm gonna get those off and I'll be right back. This hose right here, hose we're gonna take off. I'm not gonna mess with this here. And we'll be right back. We're gonna get some pliers and take this off and we'll be right back. this little pry bar, this little small pry bar here. Let's push this hose off. Just be extra gentle. There you go. I'll take off these two clamps here. Push this back, pull it back, take those off. Both sides. Alright, I'm gonna try to get this radiator up out of here. In one moment, I'm gonna pull this on out. Alrighty, we got that fan up out of there, and we had to like kind of turn it to the we had to turn it up sideways to bring it up out of there and move this hose a little bit back like this and get it around these. But it was it was able to do it. It just take your time and don't break nothing. Gotta take this up out of here, radiator, and move this to the side. There's your alternator. Alrighty, next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to go over here and take off this tire. Get a couple of bolts out the way, get this tensioner. We'll be right back. Alright, I took a 10mm out. This is the reservoir right here, and a 10mm out right here. And then we're going to remove this reservoir and get this out of our way. Alrighty, I just took this little cover off this fuse box. I'm gonna move this out the way, and then right here we're gonna just push this button, this little clip. We're gonna push this in and pull this thing up. And I took a 10mm. It was a 10mm nut right up off there. I took that off, and then you just push this to the side, and we're gonna get to this right here, this tensioner. We're gonna take this tensioner and we're gonna loosen that up. First we're gonna come under the car, and we're gonna loosen this pulley up right here. We're gonna loosen that pulley up right there. I believe that's a 15mm. We're gonna loosen that up first, and then we're gonna go on top and take that off and loosen the tensioner. We're gonna loosen the pulley, then we're gonna take the tensioner and loosen that up so we can take the belt off. One moment. Got my 15mm on there, and I'm gonna turn this to the left. Get that off. Just loosen it. Don't take that bolt all the way off yet. Just loosen it. And then we're gonna go up to the top. All right, we're gonna take a 15mm socket and we put it on a long extension with a swivel. And we're gonna go here on this tensioner, and we're gonna turn it to the left and loosen this belt up. Just to get. Alrighty, we got that belt off, and now we're gonna take this pulley all the way off. Make sure you don't lose that bolt. I mean that nut. And there should be a washer back here. Make sure you don't lose that washer. You see that washer? Okay. Make sure everything stay the same way. Alrighty. And then now we're able to get to this alternator bolt right here. And then there's another bolt on the top. And then we're gonna get that on. Let's see if we can get that all the way off. Yeah. We're gonna get that alternator up out of there. And I believe that is a 15 millimeter. Let me make sure. Oh, it's not a 15, it's like a 13. Right, we're gonna come up here and we're gonna take off this electrical connector right here off the alternator, the top one. We're gonna push this in and pull out. Got that out the way, and then we're gonna move this little red cover off the power to the alternator. Move that little red cover off, and it should be a 12 millimeter bolt right there. We're gonna take that off. Take this bolt off. Right, and take this line off. And just get that up out of our way. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take this connector out. Let me see if we can. Oh, we can get the alternator around all that. Just let that hang right here. Let's take these bolts off this alternator. And then we're gonna get this one right here. Let's see what size it is. It's a bolt right there. I'm gonna get that bolt right here. I believe that is a 12 also. Let me check. Yep, it's a 12 also. Let's take that off. Let's see, can I just loosen that up for now? Okay, loosen that up, and then we're gonna go ahead and get the one off the bottom. Alrighty. There's a bolt right back here. We're gonna get off. You can't see that. Get this bolt off right here. That's a 14 millimeter, and we'll be right back. All right, we're gonna come back to the top and take this, finish taking this bolt off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this O2 sensor. Pull that up there. Take that off. And then we're gonna come here and go back here. Just pry that little clip out. Over on this side. there. And then take a 22mm wrench, get it right here on that O2 sensor, and pry it up towards the left. Finish it with your hand. Gonna get that out the way because of that bolt is behind the alternator. After you take that bottom nut off, we gotta push that bolt up out of there so we can take that alternator up out of here. And then there's a bolt back here. Get a light, keep it going. There's a bolt right back here. I got most of it out. See if I can get a good look at this bolt. You see that bolt right back there? I got most of it out back here. And I just want to get the rest of it out. And then I can get my hand back in here because of the O2 sensor is gone to get the bolt all the way out. Alrighty, we was able to get that alternator up out of here. Pull it right through here, and just you gotta turn it just a little bit. Just turn it a little bit, and like a half a turn, and then just bring it up out of there. It's pretty simple. And we got it up out of there, and we're gonna go ahead and put that new one in. One moment. All right, I was able to get the alternator back in, and then I just put that bolt right back. Before I put this top bolt on, I put this bolt back in the back side right here. And then got the nut in over here on that side and just got it started, not tightened. And then I'm gonna go ahead and push this up and put this bolt on here. This thing is hot. Right, and we're gonna just put that bolt back on and tighten it up. We're gonna get that on there. Tighten this one up. All right, we're gonna put this bolt back, tighten this bolt back on here to the alternator. Already got it started. Get that tight. Make sure it ain't. Make sure it's a secured spot up on the back end. Make sure that bolt ain't turning. All right, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna tighten this down. Just tightening. Just tighten that on there. That's good. That alternator ain't gonna move. And now I want to go ahead and put this tensioner pulley back on. Don't forget your washer. I'll just put this nut back on there just to get it started. There we go. You gotta put it tight yet. Just Get it on there good. Alrighty. And then next thing is your belt. Alrighty. I was able to get that belt back on. I'll put that belt diagram in the we're gonna tighten the tension back up on the belt. Turn to the right. Get that tension back up to get tight. Going. I think we got it tight enough. Take that up out of there. Alrighty, we're gonna use this connector back on. There we go. And then we're gonna put this power wire back on. Tighten that down, 12 millimeter. Next, we're gonna tighten this bolt back up here, 15 millimeter. Alright, and we put our fuse box back in. Put that cover on that fuse box. And next, we're gonna put our reservoir back on. See if we can get this lined up correctly. And next, we're gonna get this reservoir back on. Alrighty, and next we're gonna put on the radiator and the fan, and that's about it. Just put everything back like you got it, and make sure you put your connectors back onto your fan, and put some coolant in the system, and turn on the heater and let the system burp, and drive it around and make sure that your car isn't overheating, and that's about it. Make sure you put your battery keeper back on, and I hope this can help you do it yourself in your own garage. Thank you.